Let's say you have a heavy task to do and you own an old PC but it's still working, it's still okay, you don't want to change it. You're in the right place. Today we're talking about Shadow and see if it is still a helpful service in 2022. Welcome back to our channel, Dots. If it's your first time here, I'm Daniele and she's Oriana.
And it's great to have you here.
First of all, what's Shadow? Shadow is an online service that allows you to connect to a cloud PC and use it as it was yours.
And the PC on the cloud is powerful. We are talking about a machine with virtual Intel Xeon CPU and NVIDIA GTX 1080 graphic card, just to give you an idea.
Nowadays there are lots of options, especially for gaming. You have GeForce Now, Stadia, PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Cloud, Amazon Luna, which is still in beta, but none of those gives you a real PC with Windows installed that you can use for whatever you want. There is another option, which is Office 365 Cloud PC, but for now it's just for business and enterprise users, and it seems it's also closed for subscriptions.
What can you do with Shadow? Pretty much everything you can think of with a physical Windows machine. Gaming, office work, browsing, you name it.
Who can use it? Pretty much everyone. Windows, Mac and Linux users. Actually only Ubuntu is supported, but we can talk about it later on. Even if you only have a phone or tablet, either Android or iOS, you can download the client. Today they even support the Oculus. Just to be precise, on the other side, on the cloud machine, you're going to have a Windows machine. Actually a Windows 10 machine nowadays.
Where can you use it? Wherever you can have a good quality internet connection, which is always necessary. Shadow recommends at least 15 megabits per second in download to ensure a smooth experience and to use either a Ethernet or a 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection.
Just be aware that Shadow is not present in every country, but you can go around it by using a VPN, like I did from Italy. Once you have created an account, have subscribed and downloaded the client, you can actually connect to it even without the VPN. Once you have created the account, subscribed and downloaded the client, you can actually connect from pretty much everywhere. Just remember that your performances are going to be worse.
When can you use it? Whenever you want and whenever you are online.
So how to use it? Go to the website, create an account, subscribe to the plan you prefer. For example, you can add some amount of storage if you need it. Rule of thumb, the more you pay, the better things you get. Download the client, launch it, and that's it. You're connected.
Ready to go.
From my personal experience, Shadow works great. It allows me to use this laptop, which is more or less 10 years old, and just use the very heavy software on the cloud.
Considering the configuration, this PC on the cloud should be good enough for video editing too. Let's find out.
A pretty much new feature of Shadow is that you can access files that you have locally, for example this hard drive, just connecting it through USB to your computer without the need of copying them into the cloud.
Now, I wonder if I will be able to deal with 4K clips on Premiere Pro this way, or if it will slow down the editing workflow so much that I will be forced eventually to copy everything on the cloud.
A quick step forward from ourselves from the future. As you may have guessed it, we actually edited this video on Shadow.
In the end, copying all the files on the cloud speeds up the editing workflow a lot. It takes a bit of time, but then the editing is manageable. I think that Shadow can be a useful resource even for video editing. In my opinion, the ideal users of this service are the YouTuber or the filmmaking enthusiast who edit a few videos at a time and then upload them, save them, and forget about them.
The real bottleneck of Shadow is storage. You can add up to 2 terabytes of storage to your basic plan, just paying more money.
Like an extra £24 a month in UK.
But still it's not enough if you have to save lots of big projects to the cloud. And using an external hard drive, it's just not practical.
Imagine a client coming back to you after a month, a year, and asking for some quick tweaks and changes on some projects. And you still have to wait hours to upload everything again on the cloud. It's not practical at all. Probably there will be upgrades in the future, but for now, it's something that I don't recommend.
Here we're talking about the single user. Maybe if you have a very strong connection or you are a company with your files already somewhere on the net, this is a minor issue for you, since the connection on Shadow is very, very fast.
Time to wrap this video up with some final pros and cons. What we like about Shadow.
Shadow has an excellent trade-off between performance and price, even if the subscription fee just increased from 15 to 25-ish pounds.
It may sound a lot, but let's do some maths. For a physical machine powerful enough for video editing, you will spend around £2,000, which are more or less 5 years and a half of Shadow subscription.
And the hope is that in 5 years the technology will advance and your Shadow machine in the cloud will advance too.
Second thing we like about Shadow, this service gives you a complete Windows machine where you can install whatever you want. And then no cost of maintenance.
Last but not least, the fact that you can install Shadow wherever you want, even on devices on a budget, like for example here on a tablet. What we don't like. Sometimes it seems that there is a waiting list for accessing the service.
The fact that you always need an internet connection, and I really don't like the automatic shutdown that gave me a hard time.
The fact that it's not available in every country, although we hope they will extend the service, and also you can use the VPN if it's not possible. And also there are minor issues with Linux users. If you are not using Ubuntu, the installer might not install, so then you need to find some workarounds. For example, I used Parsec for it. Parsec is a more general streaming service that you can use to stream the Shadow PC on your PC, but for example it doesn't allow you to turn the PC on, so you need to turn it on with another app and then connect through Parsec to it.
That's all for today. What do you think about this service? Do you already know it or use it? Do you think it can be something useful for you? Let us know in the comment below.
We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for new content. It means a lot for us, and see you next time.
Ciao! We are talking about a machine. We are talking about a machine with pretty much everything you can think of.
Pretty much new feature of Shadow is that you can access files that you have here from the web, from the...
You have here dove?
That you
Nel tuo cuore?
Nel cuore.